weekend with the USFL Conference Championship game Saturday afternoon on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus. The Michigan Panthers take on the Birmingham Stallions at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. A trip to the UFL Championship game is on the line. Next event on the track, 3 heats of the women's 800 meters. Athing Mu, the Olympic champion, world champion, the collegiate record holder. Susie Favor from way back in 1990 set the meet record. That could go here. And Michaela Rose, who we'll see in another heat, is the collegiate leader. That is Gladys Getich, the freshman from Kenya and from Clemson.
And this has been a ridiculously fast year in this event, and it's been an incredible outdoor campaign for Gladys of Clemson. Not only was she the outdoor champion at the ACC meet, she went sub 2 minutes for the first time in her career at the NCAA regional meet just prior to this championship here in Eugene. The Michaela Page, who was the runner-up to Chepngetich at the ACCs.
So this is a lane race, so the same criteria applies like the straightaways, sprints. The first 2 finishers across the line automatically qualifying through to Saturday's final. And the next 3 fastest times will get through if they were not automatic qualifiers.
I would also keep your eyes on Haley Kitching from Penn State. She's not only a 3-time Big Ten champion, sweeping both the indoor and outdoor 800 titles. She won the 600 indoors, and she won the 600 at the Big Ten indoor meet, 4th at the NCAA indoor meet at the 800.
UCLA senior Kate Jendrezic, the early leader, setting the pace with the Chepngetich and Page right there. Chepngetich on the rail. And we'll get a chance to see what the pace is like this first 400. Looking like it's going to be right around 60 seconds. 59.3 to be exact.
And for reference, it took 2:01.5 to make the finals last year at this meet. A lot of movement expected on the backstretch. This is where you have to kind of take advantage and solidify your position.
Seeing the flags have got some wind behind them at this point in time. Chepngetich is now into the lead with Jendrezic happy to stay where she is, but the real running is going to start. Remember, just the first 2 are going to automatically qualify.
Page in great position right now as well, starting to creep up on the shoulder of Jendrezic.
These runners having to go wide to have room to run. Chepngetich has a lot of work to do if she wants to make sure she gets in the top 2. Wow, that is an unexpected result, I have to be honest. Haley Kitching of Penn State wins the heat 2:01.47, with Lauren Tolbert of Duke getting that 2nd automatic qualifying position. And Gladys Chepngetich just lost it over the last 75 meters or so. Comes in at 2:02.45 in 4th place. So she has to wait 2 heats to see what happens. Let's get you caught up on day 2 of the decathlon, the only men's event here during ladies semifinal day.
All right, thanks, Dwight. I was going to say it is the ladies' day, but the men are going in the decathlon first event of day 2. There you see Leo Neugebauer. He set a collegiate first day record, 4,685. And we got a lot of heats of the hurdles. But there you see the sophomore from Miami, Edgar Compre, in section 1. He would run an outstanding hurdle race, win the decathlon hurdles in 13.95. The young man from Portugal. Coach Rob Jarvis of Miami says this guy is doing things for the very first time, had never long jumped, had never really thrown the javelin till he got to the University of Miami this season. Leo Neugebauer, he goes in section 4. There you see him in the middle of the track. He's got a great decathlon going. He's very competitive, but he looked like he ran a little bit conservative, hit the 9th hurdle, and was able to finish in 14:36. Just 3 100ths off of his all-time personal best, and he would take a big lead into the 6th event.
Got to be so hard for him to get those feet down at 6'7" between those hurdles. That's not an advantage. Well, look at these Heat 1 results. What a surprise we got with Haley Kitching and Lauren Tolbert making it through to the final automatically, with Michaela Page and Gladys Chipnetich favored to get through, and now they got to wait until these heats run and see if they get a time qualifier. Well, this is Miss 800 meters all year long. The collegiate leader, the defending champion, the junior from LSU, 20-year-old Michaela Rose.
Not only does she have the #2 time in collegiate history, she's also the second fastest American this outdoor season, behind only Nia Akins. She's also run sub 2 minutes 9 times in her collegiate career. Meanwhile, her conference mate, Sanu Jallow of Arkansas, talked about how big of an event the 400 was, so no surprise here. The 800, of course, big for them as well.
It's been our experience that Michaela Rose likes to get out in front and control things from the front, stay out of trouble, have room to run. Let's see if that is the tactic that she employs here as well.
She had such a big 2023. Not only did she win the NCAA title, but she went on to make the final of the U.S. Championships also here at Hayward Field. Certainly has aspirations of putting herself in position to try to make the Olympic team for the United States as well.
The only collegian to run faster than Michaela Rose is Olympic and world champion, American record holder Athing Mu.
Watch out for the duo from Harvard as well. That's Sophia Goriaran and Victoria Bossong.
So Rose taking it out. It appears to be a bit faster than heat #1. Sanu Jallow right there next to her. 58 seconds flat, so a bit faster. But Rose controlling things, running her race. Sanu Jallow very familiar with the way she runs. They're in the same conference.
As we get to the backstretch, keep your eyes on the all red right there. That is Kelly Ann Beckford, the 2022 Jamaican national champion. She's going to make a run up here for the lead, possibly attach herself to Sanu Jallow to get pulled through the final 200.
Sylvia Chilengat, the sophomore from South Carolina, another SEC runner up there as well. But Rose running like she usually does by herself in the front. The defending champion looking very easy here with 100 meters to go. It's Rose, followed by Jallow, with Sophia Goriaran of Harvard closing to try and grab that second spot, but I think she's going to run out of real estate. But she knows she's in a fast heat because Michaela Rose is leading it. And Rose once again breaking the 2-minute barrier, 1:59.90 for the LSU junior, 2 flat 40 for Sanu Jallow in second, with Goriaran at 2 flat 87, and Rose runs the fastest qualifier in meet history. So while we get the actual finishers sorted out, let's go back over to the women's pole vault.
Well, the women are enjoying some nice tailwinds over there. Let's go back over to the Mall sisters. This is Hannah Mall, her first attempt at 14.25. NCAA indoor champ makes it look easy. Nice big clearance. She'll make maybe a pole adjustment at the next bar. Then we go to her sister, Amanda. This is her second attempt at the same bar, 14.25. The last time we had last time we had twins in the pole vault, it was the Weeks sisters from Arkansas. Both finalists scoring points for those Razorbacks. We'll see what the Washington Huskies can do.
Well, midway through that women's pole vault, there's 6 athletes tied for first place, so lots of vaulting left to go. There are your official results. One of the deepest races in meet history at the semifinal level, but Rose and Jallow automatically through. Probably be some time qualifiers from there. Third and final heat, and there is Juliet Whitaker, the sophomore from Laurel, Maryland, representing Stanford. Has run 1:59.04 is her best from 2 years ago. And look at this trio of great 800-meter runners in this meet.
Your 3 most recent 800-meter champions, with Whitaker and Willis being in this same heat. They've done this a number of times before. They can work well together. Obviously saw what Michaela Rose did, but this is setting up to be the toughest final to make so far. Juliet Whitaker, the reigning indoor 800-meter champion earlier this year, #3 in the NCAA so far this season. And her teammate Roisin Willis was the indoor 800 champion in 2023.
Lane 9, Jolene Nielsen is a scratch from Bradley. She had run 2 flat 99, so certainly capable of getting into the final. Roisin Willis in 5. Juliet Whitaker as they now break for the pole. And it is Willis that looks to be taking up the leading duties at this point.
Juliet Whitaker just saw her sister Bella from Penn advance in the 400 just a few heats ago, so looking to join her sister for a spot in Saturday's final. Willis and Whitaker have gone head-to-head just 4 times in their collegiate career, only once so far this season that they've been in the same heat or the same race. 2-2 against one another, and the duo setting themselves up really well, carrying through 58.7, so the second fastest opening 400 of those 3 heats. Watch out for Gabia Galvadita of Oklahoma State as they get to the backstretch. She is always in the thick of it. She's been top 3 in this event a number of times, really fights her way into the finals. Both Whitaker and Willis running very controlled on the backstretch.
Josephine Eriksson, the junior from Utah and Norway, also in that mix up front of the first 4. Remember, only 2 automatically qualify. Roisin Willis still in there on the rail. Juliet Whitaker right there as well. A very manageable 58.7 first lap. Willis now changing gears. And Whitaker going right with her. On the outside, that's Galvadita from Oklahoma State vying for one of those automatic qualifying spots. And she ends up second to Whitaker, with Willis third. Not in automatic qualifying position, but fast enough certainly to get through on a time qualifier, it would appear. 2 flat 09 for Whitaker. 200ths back is Galvadita of Oklahoma State, with Willis, who I think thought she had it in the bag, at 2 flat 21. Certainly that will be a time qualifier.
Look at the closing speed of Gabia Galvadita, charging all the way out into lane 3. Great awareness by Juliet Whitaker to dive at the finish line and fend her off. Willis maybe a little too far inside to know that she was coming, but both Whitaker and Willis have comfortably run under 2 minutes. So this is certainly in their repertoire to run that type of speed. Bubble time, 2:01.20 is what it turned out to be. 3/10, more than 3/10 of a second faster than what it took to get into the finals last year. Just an indication of how much more competitive and how tough it is to get into this final as Juliet Whitaker celebrates getting that automatic spot. And now we have those 3 champions, Willis, Whitaker, and Rose, all back in it for Saturday.
You had to get under 2:01 just to make the final. That would have been a winning time by a lot 5 years ago. So the 800s are in the books, and we got the